Okay, Patil. Okay, anybody else? Okay. So since most of you have not done the interviews, you'll have to do the interviews today. Okay. What is the idea of interviews? So let's talk with somebody who's done it. Patil sir, can you, whom did you interview?
Yeah, actually, right now I am staying in a college campus in Pandharpur, Surrey College Engineering, and I am taking food in a mess, and the mess owner is as a customer. We of course we are in a agriculture group, and yesterday after your closing down, we have narrowed down this problem to the uh, elimination of the uh, middleman, and we are referring only to the crop, that is tomato. That's how we have narrowed down this problem with consultation with the Sushma madam.
Hold on. Huh? Girish, can you open up agriculture that board? Yeah. I wanted everybody to see. Go on, Patil sir. Why Girish is opening? Yeah.
Then, as a customer who is the owner of the mess, I have taken his interview, and I asked some questions. Say during the time of during
एक
the
मिनिट सर मी परत करतो तुम्हाला एक 2 मिनिटात मी लावतो तुम्हाला
okay.
Mr. Hold on. No? Girish, can you put everybody on? Yeah, mate. Okay. And open up Patil sir again.
Shall I continue?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So I asked him few questions as a end user, that customer, during the time of bumper crop, that is during the year time, that is August to October. That the tomato prices are just 5 rupees to 10 rupees per kg. And during the shortest time, that is from February to June, the prices, the prices are during the shortest time, that is during February to June, the prices are from 40 rupees to 50 rupees per kg. And I asked, so how much quantity he required for the running of the mess of tomato. So now it is a pandemic time. There are no students in the mess. Very few are there now. Those are now stopped eating there. During the normal time, when these colleges are running, he requires 20 kg tomato per week. And right now, he just required 2 kg per week tomatoes. And as a farmer, he is also a farmer. I asked him what are the difficulties of the farmers during this production of crop. Then weekly market is there. What are the difficulties in selling in the weekly market? He told that the farmers are coming, but there is no space for the storage of these vegetables and these perishable crop. And the farmers just give these products to the customers, and they are in hurry to go to the home, like that. These are some difficulties, and they are not getting proper prices during harvesting time. So these are some questions I asked you.
Brilliant. Girish, can you open up that interview board? User interviews. Yeah. राइट में है. You run out of memberships, members service. You're on mute.
No, I know. Like that's just temporary for 1 or 2
Okay,
days.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you go to interview 1? Just expand on interview 1. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Patil,
Yes,
Professor Patil, what was the interviewee's name? What was his name?
his name is Mr. Sawant.
Savant. Okay.
Yeah.
So can you, Girish, put the interview name Savant? अनलॉक करना पड़ेगा तेरे को शायद.
Can't it through that.
अनलॉक करो.
Doctor, Mr.
No,
Savant.
Mr. Savant. His title is he is a mess owner and a farmer. Mess owner
Mess.
and farmer. He's both a mess owner and farmer. Okay. So interview name is G.R. Patil. In this case, there is no note taker. Leave it. Date is yesterday,
Yeah.
7th July. What time?
Around 8:45 night.
Correct. Now, in this thing, keep putting whatever you questions you asked on the left hand side and the notes of the interview on the right hand side. Okay. What did you ask? What responses did he give? He gave the story. He made a very important observation. Is that when I go, there is no place to store.
Yeah.
Right? Storage is an issue. Price is a resultant of that problem. Correct? Because he is in a hurry to go home, because he does not have any place to keep, he sells at whatever cost to that mandi and comes back. Correct? Because so now your problem, one problem that you have discovered is there's a storage problem in your particular area.
Yeah.
Correct? So you have to capture all these things. You keep putting, like for example, blue you can put it for questions, and then yellow for your answers. Answers given by that person.
Okay.
Right? If he's given any, now some things you say asked as a tomato farmer, he's telling you something. As a canteen owner, he's telling you something. Right? So put all those things in a question answer in this format. The more your group, now here you talk to somebody who is both a mess owner and a farmer. In your who the user, you created farmer and consumer. Correct?
Yeah.
So for your group, once Vishal sir's presentation is over, I want you to, for your group to fill up, reduce it, Girish, pinch it or whatever. Sorry, not pinch it.
Yeah.
I want to see. So as many interviews you can put here, you have to put. Okay. If members have not spoken to somebody, please speak to somebody. This is the first thing that you have to do. You are asking what? You are asking not from a expert point of view, from a beginner. You are a detective. You are asking his world. What happens in his life? But your question is you are thinking about the question. And then asking him very simple questions. Like a detective, not like an expert. Brilliant, Mr. Patil.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Can I have one more person to share? Anybody else who has done an interview?
Sir,
Yes, Dr. Tripti?
our sector was education, so it was easier for us to interview the stakeholders.
Yes.
So, I kind of had a word with one of my alumni,
Mhm.
two of my alumni rather, and one or two current students.
Okay.
This alumni, I just asked, as you had, guided us yesterday, that you don't have to ask very direct questions. You have to just put them into a situation, and then you should ask them to respond. So I asked him those indirect situational questions and all those things, and what emerged out was like very interesting. This student, he actually, when he was with us, then Mr. Sanjay Thapar, who is the CEO of Ogilvy and Mather, he visited our campus for a guest session. And this boy, he didn't even know, he was writing poetry, etc., but he didn't even know that, he could have a career in that domain. So somehow or the other, during the discussion time, he could impress Mr. Thapar, and with his queries and his answers also. And then and there, Mr. Thapar offered, internships to two of our students to come over to Delhi and have an internship with him. And uh, both of them went. The second was, of course, not so creative, so probably he did this internship, but he couldn't make a career there. But this fellow got such a good hands-on experience that later, from there, he moved on to Mumbai, and then he made a career with Star India, and now he has become turned out to be a producer. So he was telling me that practical experience and all these things are so very important, and it is not merely in the form of a plant visit, or like the assumptions which we had yesterday were kind of validated with what he told me, that the kind of one-to-one experiential sharing he got when he was working with ONM, that kind of propelled his career into a different kind of a direction. And similarly, as I said, I had a word with my current students also. So he said that because he is a student of the COVID phase also, wherein we couldn't have many of the things which we had planned, and unfortunately even the summer trainings of the students were online this time. So though he has been, because he has a BTech degree also, so he has been lucky to get a job in Otis. But he said that when he was being interviewed, he was lacking that kind of a practical exposure and all those things. So it made me realize that yes, there is a gap, and we have to, if we can, somehow bring in a solution to bridge this gap, which is economically viable also, then it will be very very kind of a hot thing in the market, probably.
Excellent, Dr. Tripti.
Thank you so
Now,
much.
for when you develop your interviews, remember every person is different. Okay, every interview is different. So you have to fill up as many different interviews you have done. You have to give that space. Don't combine that. There's time for it.
Right.
Okay, so that's good. Anyone else? Okay, since most of you haven't done the interviews, I want you to do the interviews post Vishal sir's presentation. So the presentation will start at 9:30. Will go on with the Q&A till 10:30. At 10:30, you're going to do the interviews. All of you must do at least one interview with one who. It could be, for example, in the case of Dr. Tripti's group, they had identified students, alumni, and the school, the companies. So there are multiple people that they are looking to talk to. So you have to find different people to talk to different groups of people, types of people. Ensure that all of you participate and interview. In a normal design thinking experience, 70% of the time is here in interviewing, in talking. Remember the example of Nepal, where those guys lived there. Immersion as a form of, now we are doing interviewing because in the COVID time, there's only so many tools that we can use for understanding the customer, understanding the user. that empathize phase. Now that's why we are substituting with interviews. It's a far more difficult technique because you'll have to take a leap of faith sometimes. But it's easier if you were going to live with them, observe them, do secondary research. So this will consume 70% of your time in a normal design thinking experience. Got it? Here, what we're doing for the workshop, because we have to take you through all the different steps, we have to crunch all the time. Otherwise, this is something that you would spend the most of the time. But I don't want to take that away. I don't want you to go with assumptions straight to problem solutions. No. So right now, I do want all of you to talk to somebody who is your end user. If you don't know anybody, ask in Mighty Networks, ask amongst your group, ask amongst your friends, find somebody. Okay, so we will start after Vishal sir's presentation. I will let you go. We will reconvene at 11:30. 10:30 we'll go for a break. That's 1 hour you have for your interviews. And also filling up that form. You can even take 15 minutes interview, 20 minutes interview. Doesn't have to be long. It can be a 10-minute interview. But you have to do the interviews. Try to talk to as many different users as possible. As a group, fill up the interview board. User, what's the name of the board, Girish?
User interviews.
User interviews. Fill it as much as possible. Support each other in your group to fill up. Okay. Ideally, what usually happens is, and you can also do that, you can interview in pairs, which is one person is talking, the other person is taking notes. Use the format, whatever suits you. All of it is just gets more complicated because we are not sitting together. We are in multiple locations. But do interview. We will talk at 11:30. Okay. We'll reconvene at 11:30 because after that we are going to see how we are going to use these interviews. What is the next step after the interviews? So please do the interviews. Every group must have several interviews. Then only we can see the pattern. Without a pattern, you're just making guesswork. Okay. Girish, is Dr. Vishal?
Yeah, he'll be just joining.
Okay. If he is joining, and we have created this interview murals for all groups.
Yeah,
have you removed the elements for everybody?
Yeah, it's there for all groups. Yeah.
No, have you unlocked the elements?
Yeah. Actually, I'll just check that.
Yeah. Unlock the elements so people can edit on it.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, in interviewing, the biggest thing that you will struggle with, that you think you have a solution and you want to tell that person, drop that idea. You are a detective. Ask how a day in a life, how does a typical day look like? How was yesterday like? Last time when you wanted to buy tomatoes, how did you do it? And observe. When you are asking a question, observe. How is he saying? How is he emoting? Is he happy about certain things? Sad about certain things? Frustrated? Upset? Angry? Euphoric? Touched? Sensitive? Observe. Take a leap of faith. Because we need to use, so we are listening to what he's saying, but also listening to what is going on in his mind, because of which what he's saying. You're assuming certain assumptions, assuming certain thoughts of his. Also dwell, what is he not saying? Or why is he saying how he is saying? Many times, especially in India, people are saying things to be polite to you because you are interviewing. They don't want to tell you the truth, which is why it's a far more difficult technique, interviewing. Anyway, whenever we are done, we invite Dr. Vishal and we'll start off, Girish. Okay? क्या?
Vishal sir is just have trouble logging in. I'll just sort it out and join in.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
one.
हा ते खाली खाली आहे बघा एक्झामचं सेक्शन खालीच ठेवलं खालचं तिथंच आहे सगळं त्यामध्ये
Comes and Swatika also can think about it. I too found it difficult to join in sometime because I had put it in the calendar and the calendar is blocked for a particular time, then you can't access that one. Same link. So no, that is a whole day I have to block. Then I can access any time. Otherwise, every time the link I have to take separately and access. So if you
look
can
into
add
it.
it in the calendar, if you can
Yeah.
send. Anyway, now it is late, but it helps actually. People who are using calendars,
Yeah.
very easy. I
Sure,
had
sir.
just copy pasted there. Then I found no, it is for some other time. So I was alone in the meeting. Today I joined actually at 8:40, but 5-7 minutes it took me to understand what is happening.
Oh,
So
okay.
anyway, so that calendar invite was not there. That is why all this thing.
Okay.
Okay, just a feedback on that. Why, and also na Google, that you have told many times that you have
Yeah.
to have Google credentials to join in. It is okay, yeah.
Okay.
But this
Thank
one
you.
is something new today I faced actually. So I'm sharing.
Next time we'll keep it in mind.
So hi,
Oh, hi. Good morning, sir.
good morning. I am with a new identity. Yeah, my name is changed. Okay, great. Good. Sorry about this last minute.
Good morning, Vishal.
Good morning, I see. Good morning. Good morning, Deepak.
Good morning.
Digvijay is here? Yeah.
Namaskar.
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 So, welcome, Vishal sir. So, I'll just do a brief introduction of Vishal sir, and then before the session. Vishal sir is an alumni of IIT Bombay and Oxford University, and he works as an adjunct professor, associate professor at Center for Technology Alternatives for Rural Areas, Sitara, IIT Bombay. He has rich experience in industrial consulting and a very strong product development experience in various diverse sectors for more than 2 decades. And he has a very strong philosophy of empowering people. He himself is from a farming community background and has seen a lot of challenges in rural and urban areas, semi-urban areas. So thank you, Vishal sir, for joining us here. I'd now like to invite you on stage to address the audience.
Thank you. Thank you, Girish. Let me straight away start with the topic. Okay, so give me a minute. I will just project my slides. Okay, so voice is clear?
Yes, sir.
Great.
Perfectly well.
Okay, so what I felt is, let me tell you a story of this Jaggery technology which I have developed over last 15-16 years, and probably let's map this story to the level where we can extract some kind of a learning. Okay, since I have seen industry, corporate, then faculty role and entrepreneur role, probably you may find some of the concerns which I may be facing at the different stages of my product development, and it will help you to realign your thinking, revisit what is happening with you, and that's how we can look at the sense of this story in that context. Okay. So these were two products where I was involved right from the ideas on the paper. The product, which is a solar concentrator, which took 8 full-time years for me from 2008 to 2016 to develop from a concept to commercialization, where I was working in a corporate. And this Jaggery concept, it took more than that, but because I was working, when I was developing a solar concentrator, I was working a part-time onto it. But post 2016, I was working full-time on the Jaggery development. And in a way, it also took effectively 7-8 years.
I request all the other participants to keep their things on mute. Vishal sir, you can continue.
Yeah. Okay. So, so the Jaggery is something which I will be talking to you today. Okay. And this product is now in the market and it is commercialized. It's a full technology which is there in the market. So what I will be talking. So before that, this is how summary of my experience and evolution. Okay. So I lived different roles, as I was telling you. So the first thing I did after my engineering is I did a postgraduate diploma in steam engineering, and I was also working with Forbes Marshall, which is a company in Pune, which works in the area of steam engineering. Then I joined for MTech, and in MTech I was doing work also as a project staff Then I did my PhD when I was in industry, when I was with Thermax and a company called EcoAxis. That was company was working on remote monitoring, where we were doing today what it is called as IoT. I was working on that. And Thermax, I was working with around 12 to 15 different sectors for improving energy and improving productivity and all in textile, rubber, chemical, all these sectors. Then I was associated with the rural college. This is near Sangli, and there I was advising them for improving the research culture of faculty. So I was associated with them for 5 years. One day in a month, I was going there and helping them. And during that period only, I joined Sitara Center for Technology Alternatives for Rural Areas as an adjunct professor. And that time I was developing this solar concentrator. Once I finished my solar concentrator development, I continued my Sitara association, and I founded a company called Survive Solution. And in Survive, we are doing different products. So Jaggery is one of the major product which has hit the market. The other product which is kind of a develop is turmeric processing plant, dryers, and all other stuff. So if you look at the journey, it's a technocrat to researcher to team player to innovation leader and now entrepreneur. Okay. So in this journey, there were a lot of back and forth, but I will be focusing the story of the Jaggery because this journey will take a long time to discuss and narrate. So Jaggery will be a very concise story which we will unreveal, and we will also see the connection of that to the product development. Okay. If anybody would like to ask question at any point of time, they are free to ask, absolutely no problem. That will give me some break because if I'm talking continuously, it becomes monotonous. So I will encourage, if you have some question, please ask. Okay, so the story goes as follows. Okay, so there are, I see 5 parts of story. For any story, we need some role plays or some players who influence your story. And there will be some incidences which shape your story. Okay, so let me narrate the story of this. So my family background is I am from a small town. It's a district place from central Maharashtra. And we are kind of a well-to-do family with land bank and all. And in my childhood, I am the eldest grandson and eldest son. So I got an opportunity to interact with my grandfather for a reasonable amount of time and with my father also when I was a kid at a reasonable amount of time. So why it is important? Because when I was a kid, we were having a Jaggery plant in our farm. And to me, whenever I used to see this Jaggery plant when I was 6, 7 years old, it was like it was something like a big demon's chula or a cooking stove, because the size of the pan, number of people working. So we used to hear stories of this demons. So this was my image. How big is it? And I was a kid, so if you look at from my eyes, so it looks a bigger thing. So this whole thing was very unsafe. And whenever we used to visit, there was always, word of caution, don't go near the plant. Because there was an incident happened. One of our kind of a young boy, must be 6, 7 years elder to me, must be in his 14 or 15 years old boy, who was looking after our cows and buffaloes. He accidentally burned himself in that Jaggery plant. His left hand got into the hot molten syrup and his hand got damaged. So they used to tell always, it may happen something like Rashid. Don't go there. His name was Rashid. A very excited fellow to help on Jaggery, but this was an accident which I have seen. The similar memories, because same plant was at my mother's place, and this is where I got my first exposure to the jaggery. So what was the first exposure? It is unsafe. Okay. The second thing, when I have seen this jaggery, which came to our house in those years, and in that year, I remember there was a heavy rain and all the jaggery got melted in our house, which was stored. They were not selling because the rate was down. And the whole house was smelling for 1 year like a jaggery plant. Okay. The whole smell of that molasses, which was in the house. So when I was seeing my father, grandfather talking, they stopped this activity. I don't remember after that any time they had made the jaggery plant. But one of my impression was this is very crude, unsafe, and not very lucrative business. Okay. Now the other thing what has happened with me in the childhood is my grandfather was kind of a marriage broker as a hobby because we were a landman. So I happened to see him doing a lot of dealings, discussions, because those days there was nothing like matrimonial websites. So it was by respected people in the city or a village or a town who used to arrange marriages and develop connections. So in our living room, which was a very sizable room, I had witnessed so many discussions, so many negotiations, so many product demonstrations, like the girl is shown to the boys, So this was something where how to map, how to understand the customer, their requirement was something got impressed upon me in those what I call it as a silent spectator. Then the other personality which influenced or shaped my thought is my father, who was an agriculture officer, and I have seen him interacting with farmers, taking latest technology of agriculture universities to farmers, understanding their psychology and trying to disseminate new things which are coming as a research from university to the farmer. So I have seen them identifying different tricks of convincing people, showing films, showing slide projectors, in those days, running campaigns and all. So this was two experiences which I have gone through till I was 10. In 11th, 12th, I don't know, but somehow I developed interest in physics and thermodynamics. And this interest continued in my engineering, where in the thermodynamics, I scored highest mark in university. I was in Aurangabad University, Marathoda University, where I scored highest mark, and my passion for solving problems has gone up there. And there was another link to this, because what my father has told me is don't just study the book, but see how you can apply whatever is there in the book. Then your thinking will be more what I will say, more mature and more impactful. And I have seen him doing that in our farm, applying different techniques, methods in our own farm, doing experiments, trials, and then disseminating technologies to the farmers. So in my engineering, the whole thing got, the moment thermodynamics interest, then heat transfer, fluid mechanics, then thermal systems, all these things are allied things. So then I decided to go for my master's, and I started preparing for GATE, and I got a reasonable score, good all India rank. And then the point came, shall I do thermal engineering or energy engineering? So by that time, as I shown you, I worked in a Forbes Marshall for a year, where I said the application of energy, application of heat transfer is energy. So I went for a master in energy sciences, and I got into IIT Bombay. Now, what happened in IIT Bombay essentially is I came to know, because it was all, the high-end things people were discussing. Those days, getting into IT or going to abroad was it was 97 I'm talking. So those kind of discussions were there. Okay. So during that period, what really happened is I came to know about an interesting department in IIT, which were not having an academic program, but it was a center. And this center is called a Center for Technology Alternatives for Rural Areas, Sitara. And this Sitara I visited and I got fascinated with that. Because what has happened is before joining IIT, for a year when I was preparing for my GATE, I was looking after our farms, and I could able to see so many disconnects at a farm level, at an operational level. So when I saw that such department exists in a cutting edge technology research institute, I got excited and I started going to Sitara. Okay. So there used to be, some kind of volunteerism in those days. On a science day, all the gadgets developed in Sitara needs to be explained to the students in the campus, particularly, school students. So I used to go there, understand why this is developed, what is the mechanism, and we used to disseminate disseminate information to the school kids and the other junior students, BTech level students. And there I met Professor Date. Okay, now Professor Date is one of the stalwarts in mechanical engineering. At one end, he was a heat transfer professor, and at the other end, he worked on rural areas. He is doctorate from Imperial College, London, and his command on heat transfer, thermodynamics, which courses I did, was phenomenal. And the other end is doing something which is useful to the people, doing something on the ground. So this has given me a first kick in my life that this is very exciting, and I will be very happy to get into something like this. So this was a crush. I'm calling it as a crush because crush is a scenario where it restricts to yourself. It's very difficult to explain your crush because this crush typically happens in a teenage. So this was my teenage crush where I was liking this, but I was not explicitly able to tell people, hey, I would like to do career in the rural technology. Okay, but I used to go there, I used to spend time, I used to observe what they are doing. So this was kind of a fascination or affection with which I was living. So post my masters, I joined Thermax, and I was working on different energy sectors. And incidentally, after 3 years, Thermax sponsored me for PhD. So again, I went to IIT. And then I took a study leave and went for a longer duration for my PhD work. So this longer duration of PhD work, I was controlling my time, no classes. So I started visiting Sitara more. And then I realized there is something interesting happening, in me. My PhD was actually on melting of glass furnace, which was a very, very core energy topic. But then when I started visiting Sitara, I started understanding their philosophies more, and then I started dating. Now here I am calling it as a dating because it was a more of a communication, interaction. Then I started meeting Professor Date more frequently. And in that period, one day came when Professor Date told me that he is visiting my hometown area for some work. And that was my opportunity to spend time with sir and take him rural areas around my town. So I volunteered. I said, sir, if you're going, I will come with you. He was going on some personal visit. So he visited my place. Now what to show Professor Date in my town? So I inquired few people and we end up into visiting one Jaggery processing plant. This was somewhere in 2005, November 2005. When we visited that Jaggery processing plant, I recalled all my childhood memories and I was interacting with Professor Date. Now you look at the scenario. Here is an rural technology expert who is with me, and there were impressions with me, and incidentally I was working on a glass furnace, which is again something where heat is transferred for melting the glass. In Jaggery furnace, the heat is transferred for boiling the juice. So when I interacted with Professor Date, he could able to pinpoint, and he asked me to do some backup the envelope calculation because a problem came from the user that fuel is not sufficient. And we did some calculations, and I said, if the fuel is not sufficient, the efficiency is very, very poor with backup envelope calculation. And Professor Date said only one sentence, can you do something for these guys? Okay. I got excited. I said, my God, this is a very interesting problem. This is a heat transfer, thermodynamics, energy, which I was dreaming. And this is connected to rural area. I should do something. Okay. So then what I did is I took my junior PhD students, because I was finishing PhD that time. We visited again that plant. Our focus was how to improve the efficiency, how to reduce the energy consumption, how to reduce the fuel consumption, how to improve efficiency. So we visited, we did some measurements, and we could able to come up with some strategy for improving the performance of the furnace, and we have demonstrated that. Okay. So all these things happened. I joined back my company after finishing my PhD. And then it so happened that my company wanted to get into the domain of clean technology, and they wanted me to work on some new ideas. So I proposed few ideas. One of the idea was this solar concentrator. This was in 2007-8. And the other idea I proposed is Jaggery furnace. So that time my company said, see, look, we are in corporate, we don't work in agriculture. So you work on this solar concentrator. Whatever you do on weekend, it is none of our business. You explore whatever you want to do in Jaggery on your own. So that was a deal which was there. So I started doing the formal development of solar concentrators, but on weekend I started looking at Jaggery. And to do that, I started visiting places. I started meeting people. Fortunately, I was in Pune, so I used to travel to Satara, Kolhapur. And it so happened that during that period only, there was one Jaggery conference which was organized in Kolhapur, Jaggery Meet. It was in November, December 2006 or to early 2007 sometime. So I visited that, but incidentally, I went with my grandfather and my brother. And when we visited that place, my idea was to understand and collect the repository of the problems in the Jaggery sector. But to our surprise, in that conference or meet, nobody was talking about the process, the science of heat transfer, energy, this thing. Everybody was more or less talking about sugarcane varieties, cultivation practices, and the concerns of laborers and all. So by that time, I did some initial work on this plant, and I was ready with some kind of a work that what could be done in Jaggery. So while talking to people, I happened to present something to them, and I got connected to few people who were kind of, experimentalists and doing some good work in Jaggery. And it so happened that from them, I got a definition more refined that what are their concerns. And to them, energy was their fourth or fifth concern. Their major concerns were manpower, skilled manpower. Their major concerns were consistency in quality. Their major concerns were, hygiene they could not maintain in the plant. So this has given me sufficient insights on what is happening there. And then I wrote a paper on my work, which I did, published in a journal, Energy Journal. And I wrote a patent, which I filed in 2011. And then I started exploring my work in the Jaggery sector. That time, parallelly, I was working on my solar concentrator. And this whole work on Jaggery sector, I said, once I file the patent, I will identify somebody, I will give him the technology. And I said, look, this idea is there. You install this, I will not charge you for technology, and we will develop together. I did that. There were two incidences happened with me. Okay. Now, let me take you to now the slides, few slides. Okay, so this is a chronology, which I was telling you. This is a 2006 study. Then the research paper, which I wrote in 2010. And this is a patent, which I filed in 2011. And then in 2011, this is the first plant which I have given. I have asked somebody to work on this 2011 and 2013. So what I thought is, I will be in corporate and somebody will, I will give my all technical inputs and somebody will build and develop. But to my experience, it was a big, I will not say mistake, but it was a big waste of time. But there are some things we achieved. The waste of time in terms of, there were very loose commitments to do the work. Okay. Now the first guy where I have given this technology to him, signing MOU and all, this guy made one plant. This you can see this. Can you see my arrow? Okay. Yeah, I had made this plant, and then he made 10 plants out of this without really understanding the science behind it, and he miserably failed. After that, somebody came to me, was from a farming background. He said, I will do it. So we changed the strategy and we made the second plant, second pilot. This also failed in terms of, it has not delivered what I wanted. So it so happened that, in 2014, I wrote a research paper with some UK co-authors on my 2010 paper, which they liked. And then I started, when I left corporate in 2016, I started full-time working on the Jaggery process. And in 2018, I installed this pilot plant. Okay. And this pilot plant we demonstrated and started working. So this is a story, still the pilot plant. And now I will show you some of the things which I have gone through. So this is a 6-minute video, which will give you a full audio visual in terms of, how we have gone through the development. So, sorry. So these are my junior PhD students. This was our pilot plant. So this is at my house. I made Jaggery on a small scale. Professor Date, for you, he came for inauguration of the plant, and we recalled, the 2006 visit and this plant which is developed. Okay, so now there are a lot of stories I can keep on telling, a lot of interesting experience, things which I have gone through. But now let me bring back you to how this whole thing happened. If I look back and try to see what are the things I went through, and this is a kind of a product development steps. Okay, Digvijay, you want to say anything?
Me?
Yeah,
Hello.
you are unmute. That's why I thought you wanted to add anything.
No.
Okay.
You please continue.
Okay.
Very, very interesting.
Yeah. Okay. So, so the product development steps which I have gone through, when I look back, I see these are the steps, and these are just not steps. Each step is having some kind of a learning, some kind of understanding, some kind of qualifier go to the next stage. Probably Deepak is taking you through all of this in terms of design thinking and variety of aspects of iteratively developed product and all. So let me give you now you have heard the story of Jaggery, how we unfolded certain aspects of Jaggery and these steps. Let's see them. Okay. So the first thing is all these steps are not linear. Okay. Many of them are iterative. Okay. Like for example, when I look at these steps, the first step is empathy. What is empathy? Empathy is nothing but understanding the customer. When I told you in my story, when I met different people, it took 3 to 4 years for me to understand what people really need. And why it so happened? The reason is, the informal sector, people don't able to specify the requirements very clearly. Okay, you have to be with them, you have to empathize with them, you have to understand in user environment how they are behaving. Then only you come to know about what are their needs. Okay, And that's how this empathy element is very important, which is nothing but identifying the customer needs. The other thing is visualization. Now, visualization here is essentially looking at the impact or the market segment. Okay. Science technology is essentially, what kind of solution you are coming up with, which will give them certain ease. Now, how that solution stand in terms of science, and technology is the application of science. So what is the fundamental science which explains what you are doing, and in terms of technology, how the sciences gets applied. When you do the first three things, these are very important for conceiving a product, Then what happens, then the next stage of the product is looking at the product performance, where simulation estimation is nothing but doing all the calculations, putting it in the Excel, looking at different scenarios, okay? Doing some sensible assumptions and arriving at some target numbers, output, capacity, performance, labor requirement, cost, all these things. Experimental check is nothing but, you did something, you are not comfortable with certain assumptions. So what is expected is you need to do certain check, why not to check how much time it takes to reach to certain temperature. Now in my Jaggery thing, I did this simulation and experiments essentially to understand how my furnace is behaving. In the video you have seen, we were boiling water for 4 months, just doing boiling of water, no sugarcane juice, and understanding the heat transfer, what is happening in the furnace. Okay, so this was our experimental check, which we validated internally through variety of things. I'm not showing all those slides to you here today, but we validated with the literature, we validated with, similar type of processes, like similar type of process is boiler. Okay, we validated certain aspects, and then we did a loop called performance optimization. Okay, so this loop you do iteratively. Once you reach to a stage where you say now the product can be demonstrated to a customer, there is a concept called minimum viable product. Now, minimum viable product is a certain aspect of product which you would like to demonstrate to an external agency, particularly customer, and understand from him, does it make sense to him? So when you do MVP, you need engineering, because यहाँ तक क्या था, घर की बात थी, घर में कर रहे हैं, कोई आके नहीं देख रहा है. But the moment it goes to a customer, you need all bells and whistles. Okay. So the same thing which is applicable, when I was doing trials on water, it was never shown to the customer. When I put my minimum viable product in the field, which was a pilot plant or minimum viable plant, we make sure that there is a name given to everything, there is a flow, everything is engineered, not only your product, but the associated aspects. Because you need to create an environment where people should come and they should see. Because what happens is, when you are doing the research, you just focus हमारे दूसरा क्यों देखने का, इसको कलर नहीं दिया है, कुछ नहीं दिया है, demonstrating some shabby product, कैसा है? He will not able to comment. You need to create that environment where people should able to see, full picture. It may not be perfect. It may not be perfect. People understand that. But it should be a reasonable picture with all the prerequisite minimum required conditions. Okay. Then this external validation, and then it gets into a product positioning. So product positioning is nothing but what happens is, the moment you want to position the product, okay, that time you may find that this is useless. So you need to go back to your empathy. Suppose I could have developed a Jaggery processing plant which is just saving energy. Okay. When I started positioning the product, I could realize that this is what people don't need. People want actually independence from the skilled labor. Okay. So I may have to go back and again look at the empathy and again come through this level. Okay. So this is again one iterative loop. Then once you do the product positioning, you need to identify early adopters for whom this whole product makes value. Is it rich farmers? Is it poor farmer? Is it entrepreneur? Is it the people who are living in city but they want to do something in rural area? Who are the adopters? You have to identify the early adopters and you need to sell this product. Okay, so this is, I will call it as an early sale. When you do that, you need to do a value optimization. What customer is valuing? When he is paying money, he started telling you the truth. The moment there is a money on the table, all the truth come out. Okay. Then he starts telling you, I don't need this. What is the value of this? Why don't you reduce the cost? So this is a value engineering. Okay. And once you go through the value engineering, you essentially get into the scale up, and then you get into the full business model. Okay. So this is the product development stages and their linkages. Now, if you see the roles at each stage, there are essentially, I look at it, in these products, there are 5 stages in this all steps. Okay. So the first step is, I'm saying here, the role of marketing, management, and technology. There are 3 roles in any life of product. In any product's life, there are 3 roles: marketing, management, and technologies. And you will find that, when you are doing in a stage 1, you will have all these 3 roles are at 100%. Okay. You need to have empathy, which is basically understanding the customer. So marketing role, management is visualization, and technologies is the science and technology. Once you qualify this product with all these 3, now what happens is, when you are developing a product alone, you have to keep on changing your hats. You have to become, the marketing man. You have to become a management person. You have to become, you have to think like them, and you have to analyze your product. Okay. Here it is very important that you should have ability to kill your product at early stage. Those who don't kill the product, God knows how many products I killed myself. Okay. Because I would like to look at a product where, I would able to contribute substantially. So if I go through this, I will be sure that, whether this product makes sense to me. Okay. Then when it goes to the stage 1, which is essentially a technologist role, where we are doing simulation, experiments, and validation, whether this concept works or not. Then the next stage will be essentially, the major role of marketing, because we are taking this product to the external user, where they will do some kind of a usability aspects, how user is rating our product. Okay. Then the fourth stage, the role of management kicks in, where they will direct us who will be the early adopters, whom you should sell the product, where the product will make money. So it will be hand in hand with the marketing, where the marketing will support, the lead function will be management. And towards the end, when it is scaling up, it is the job of the management to align resources, put right kind of people, manufacturing practices, funding in place to scale up the product. So these are the roles, and these are, I see these 3, I hope you understand now, the role of technologist, role of management, and role of marketing. Okay. Now there are certain product development traps. Okay. These traps are essentially, when you are developing a product, you may stuck into these. Okay. So these traps are basically, I'll just list them because we are losing time. Okay. So these are the traps. Now in these traps, let me highlight few traps. One of the traps which I have seen invariably in the domain of technologies is in search of what is new, science and technology. Where I have seen, when I am in a faculty community, if I was presenting them a very interesting project where we were using the waste biomass available in the farms or in the fields to generate hot air, and that hot air will be used for drying of onions, tomatoes, and whatever agriculture produce. Now, when I presented this in a funding agencies forum, it's basically this BIG grant, I went to Delhi and presented this concept. Their thing is, what is new in this? Now, what is a new is a syndrome. Okay. In a product development, what is new? So you may start searching something new. Why you are developing a product? You are developing a product to meet certain customer need. If this need is not met, if this need is not met, there is an opportunity to do a product. So what is new is a syndrome typically with the people who are having a secure cash flow, typical scientists and academicians. Okay, they were looking for new because their kick is doing something new, not something which will satisfy customer needs. Okay, so this is one of the trap where faculties can easily get in. The other trap for faculties is uh, paper exercise, okay, modeling, where because one of the job of the faculty is to write papers, okay, and you do something, you simulate something, and you write a paper, you enjoy that exercise, but beyond that, what? Okay, I have seen some people in the action, like field, they go and work on the field, do so many things, okay, but they enjoy doing that. Their kick is just doing, okay, not linking it to anything else, okay. So this is again a trap. Then one of the trap is romancing. This is a very interesting trap where the people started, romancing. This trap I have seen when I was working with that engineering college. There few faculties are or thinking of developing some technology, and they would like to work on that for 3 to 5 years. They would like to just show something. Chalte firte nazar aana, always showing in their departmental work, some work is going on this topic. Okay, what they are really doing or not, God knows. But just romancing with it, Then some people are very skeptical, close-minded. Okay, they don't want criticism. Okay, close mind. So they want to show the product. Like typically, what they will say, they will show the product and they will ask, "Kaisa acha hai na?" How you can criticize if somebody is saying "Kaisa acha hai na?" This whole thing is on a negative note, or it is what I will say, more of a positive pull, okay, from you, that you should say good to it. Okay, there's a very interesting book on this topic called Mom's Test. If those who are interested, they can refer to this book, Mom's Test. Okay. Then there are certain things like people miss on prioritizing, somebody get into the perfection, or when it is a scale up. Now I'm going through scale up, Now it is a challenge for me. I myself in the trap in terms of, shall I do micromanagement or not? Now this is a very, very difficult thing, because once you are habituated with doing with your own hands, linking all the dots, now when you want to scale up, you need to create people. You need to offload your things, and it's become very, very difficult because you want to know what has happened. I will go and I will solve, I will resolve, So this is something which I am going through at this moment. So I had gone through all these traps in my product development, and I could able to write it because I could see that trap, and I could see that trap I may get trapped in. Okay, and that's how I could able to present it to you, these traps. Okay. So this was a typical product development where for a Jaggery, where we went right from field survey and IP creation to functional prototypes to in-house development to scale-up level, where you can see these were kind of a 5 pillars of our development: combustion, pan arrangement, heat economy, controls, and modular design, which kept on evolving as we go towards the scale-up. So this was our plant installation, which was R&D plant, which was shown in the video. This was our commercial plant, which was installed in May 2020. Unfortunately, when we launched the product, we got trapped into the COVID scenario. Okay. So this is a 3-minute video of our latest plant. We did 3 commercial installation. 4th installation is going on in Pune, and this is the latest installation. I will show this 3 minutes video, and then we will. So you can see the change what has happened. Okay, so this is probably my last slide. Okay, so what is the rewarding in product development journey? Okay, to me, because this I should tell you, if you do all this, what comes to you? First is a pleasure of execution. There is no pleasure other than execution, because the moment you execute, you feel, it is like reaching, you want to reach on certain mountain, you climb it, and when you reach there, the kind of feeling you go through, it's a similar feeling, pleasure of execution. The other thing is looking something from idea to reality. It's something like looking at your kid which is growing and which is becoming an adult and going and contributing in society positively, that kind of feeling. Okay, executing through team and team building, it gives you a lot of happiness or empowerment feeling, that you could able to empower something, okay, or somebody. Keep on wearing different hats will give you, different roles, live different roles in one life. Because when you are in a job, people may rate you as a technologist. When I was in a job, head of R&D, people used to say, "Arey, you don't talk, you are a technologist." Okay. But when I am on my own, in the morning I am a technologist, in the afternoon I am a management, in the evening I am a marketing guy. I can keep on wearing different hats, and I really enjoy that. Okay. Improve decision making of do's and don'ts. You what needs to be done, whom to believe, whom not to believe. You tend to improve your all aspects of taking decisions, expanding your circle of influences, and the best thing is what you walk the talk. Whatever you talk, you actually live on those terms. So this is what was rewarding to me, and probably if you develop, any of you develop product, it will also be rewarding to you. Okay, so this is something, our contact details. Do visit our website. Okay, if you want to, and this is our official company mail ID. My personal mail ID is vishalsir@gmail.com. Okay, thank you.
They're brilliant, Vishal. You're on mute. Event bring, yes, so many ideas I only got. I'm going to ask the participants to ask questions if they have any.
So we were time. I wanted to finish in 40 minutes, but it is overshooted by 20 minutes. Sorry.
That's fine, sir. No problem. Can you stop the share slide? Hold
Yes,
on,
yes,
because I can then look at the
Sure.
people who are raising theirs. Rupali, go ahead, unmute yourself and ask the question.
Yes, yes, please.
Rupali, you're on mute. Can you unmute yourself and ask the question? I'll go to Ravindra then. Ravindra, unmute yourself and ask your question.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah. Please go
ahead. Good morning, Vishal sir. It was a very wonderful session. You have explained each and everything. I want to ask you one question: how to keep motivated during the product development stage? Because there are n number of ups and downs during these phases, and what are the strategy you are using during the product development, and how it is important to have same kind of person with us? It means they are equally enthusiastic like us. So how it is important? Thank you, sir.
Okay, now very interesting question, and so there are a couple of things. Let me give you, Deepak, how much time I have? Some 15.
No. I think let's 15-20 minutes is a good number.
Good, huh? Okay. Okay, now here is a story. I will give you a small story. Whatever happened with the Jews in the Second World War, okay, the kind of, the Hitler has made these chambers and people were going through mess. So I happened to read one book where they have explained the mindset of Jews. Okay. Now, what was that mindset? That mindset was essentially, demotivation. Okay. We may die, any moment of time you may die. Okay. Under that scenario, how you should live. So they used to dream a better world. Okay. Because when you are left with nothing, you have only dreams. Okay. So when you are doing a product development, essentially you should keep on telling yourself that, okay, I'm going through hurdles, I'm going through challenge, but if this clicks, okay, because all this thing is a mind game. If this clicks, this will happen. I used to tell me, I have not explained my story in detail. When we were in the early stage, we were not able to produce a good quality of jaggery. And whenever I used to come to home, the jaggery which was not cooked, my wife used to look at me, very differently, that what you are doing, you are professor at IIT, you left your corporate job doing something. My father-in-law, he was very much concerned, what my son-in-law is doing, what will be the future of his family, his daughter's future. So the thing is, in those testing times, it is very important that you should keep patience, keep courage, okay? And keep on believing on yourself that yes, I'm correct. I may need to change my strategies. I may need to evolve with something else. I'm facing some trouble. What is behind that wall? I don't know at this moment, but it must be something good. Okay. So this is kind of a training of your mind. Now, the second question you asked is about, how we should have a good people with us. I will say we should have, instead of people who should say yes to whatever I am saying, we should not take those people with us. We need critics. We need constructive critics, not the critics which will demotivate us. Okay. What is a constructive critic? Essentially, in a product development, we call it as a gig and suit. Okay. What is a gig and suit? Gig is something who does technology, and suit is something like a marketing person. Marketing person always represent customer to the technologies. Okay. And this is very important, that you should get a complementary role when you are developing a product development, or you should be courageous enough to get into the other role and talk to your own technologist role. Hey, this is not customer needs. Your technologist role will keep on saying, I know what customer needs. Okay. But your suit role should keep on telling your gig role that, look, this is a customer requirement, better change your specification. Otherwise, you are just romancing with what you are doing. I hope I answered both the questions.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Dr. Somnath?
गुड मॉर्निंग सर.
गुड मॉर्निंग.
नमस्कार सर, मी मराठीत विचारतोय.
बिलकुल विचारा.
चालेल का सर?
चालेल विचारा.
काय आताचे जे कॅपॅसिटी ते पाहिलं मी तुमच्या ह्याच्यात, आणि काही आपण आमच्या एरियात पाहिलं, त्याची कॉस्ट ऑलमोस्ट 1 करोडच्या वरती जाते.
नाही एवढी नाही.
ते म्हणजे हे जे जवळपास सेटअपची कॉस्ट, सेटअप कॉस्ट
नाही एवढी नाही.
तर मला विचारायचं
होतं, जाते 60 to 70 lakhs पर्यंत जाते.
मला काय विचारायचं होतं, जसं की आपण एक सेम तो प्लांट आपल्याला मिनिमम ह्याच्यामध्ये काही, कारण लहान लहान शेतकरी आहेत, तर तेवढे इन्व्हेस्टमेंटचे त्यांची कॅपॅसिटी नसते आपल्या एरियात. तिकडे जवळपास मराठवाडा म्हणा, सोलापूर रिजन ह्या साईडला. कोल्हापूर वगैरे ठीक आहे, ते सदन आहे एरिया, पुणे किंवा त्या साईड.
त्याच्यामध्ये सोमनाथ 2 गोष्टी आहेत. ओके. The 2 important things. One is, each product is not for everybody. Okay, that is one. Second thing, which I learned in a hard way, is if you create a product where your paying capability and the cost of product is low, you will not work for that product. there should always be, you should be, driven to deliver. Okay, मी 10 लाखाचं सोल्युशन दिलं ना, 10 लाख काय काहीच नाहीये, you just 10 लाख असे खर्च करू आपण. ओके, तो चालला नाही चालला, मी 50 लाखाचं सोल्युशन दिलं, there is a reason for me to work for it. Okay, so there are different strategies, Somnath, and to tell you cost kai, this is the requirement for delivering that quality and consistency, and this is the minimum size model we made. There is a DCS in the plant, all plant is made up of SS and all. So this price is with lot of thinking and consideration. And believe me, the ROI is less than 3 years if somebody does it systematically.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Vishal, can you summarize the question and answer so that people who don't understand Marathi can understand what's going on?
What Somnath has asked me is, the price of our plant is around 60 to 70 lakhs. His impression is 1 crore, it is not. The total project cost. Okay. The supply cost of machinery is around 55 lakhs. The rest of the cost is civil and all. So what has happened, what he said, can we make a low cost plant? Okay. Now the problem is, the thing what I explained is, first of all, to deliver certain quality, consistency, and certain service level requirement, we need all these bells and whistles, okay, which are very thoughtfully incorporated in the design. So that's the one justification of the plant, the material, the DCS and all. The other philosophical thing is, or rather management thing is, if I buy something which is anyway affordable to me, I don't have a value for it. Okay, I will have a value for something which is beyond my reach, okay, for which I will work. And that's precisely important for entrepreneur, because if something you can get in 10 lakh and 10 lakh is your 6 months earning, you will not value that. But if something you get 1 crore, you will work for it. And we have experienced this in a actual field, that when people get driven. Okay, so essentially the pricing is not only because cost plus profit. Pricing is a very strategic game. Okay, very, very strategic game. And this gets, this is beyond product development, where, it gets into the scale up and early adopters and all. And that's what I was explaining. And every product is not for everybody. Product is for certain customer segment. Okay, I also made the Jaggery plant not for, every poor farmer. It's not. It is people who would like to uplift themselves. Okay.
Thank you, Vishal.
Thank you.
Prashant?
Yes, sir. My question is that Jaggery plant, sir, has excellent. They have developed this technology, and also I like that diversification with the hot air, which can be used as a dryer, solar dryer. So another question is, can we, as a diversification of that plant, can we use the biogas generation from the waste, or any kind of from the Jaggery which is coming, Jaggery plant, waste which is coming from the Jaggery plant?
Yes.
So the product can be diversified.
Yes, we can use that. The thing is, the Jaggery quantity, what we need to do is, whatever this impurities, floating impurities which are coming, can be used for biogas, but the quantity will not be very high. Okay? Biogas calorific value is low, but yes, this can be done, and we are planning to do it in our R&D plant.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Do you have any more questions?
Can I ask a question to Vishal, sir?
Yes.
Please.
Suppose in 2006, when you conceived of this one, and your storytelling is really fantastic and very interesting way, and explaining all scientific way. And just one question, 2006, suppose you are given 1 crore rupees, and also full time, you leave all other jobs and all. This is your dream and you want to do it. Would you think that you could have cut the cycle of this development and brought it out in 2009?
Very, very difficult to answer, I see. Maybe or may not be also, because let me tell you, so many things I learned when I was developing a solar concentrator about, user usability, product development, my maturity was going hand in hand. So many times, it's very difficult to crush the development cycle. Okay. But many times I think probably by 2012 or 14, I could have hit with the product. Okay. Because one of the experience I had is some of these products now, they are not the constraint is not the money or anything else. I was talking to Professor Date about this, and we feel that, if you look at any PhD work, okay, you said, "अरे ये तो 2 महीने का काम था, 5 साल क्यों लगाए तुमने?" Okay, but when you look at it, वो end, but somebody who is going through that journey, for him